Hi there, welcome to this week's weekly Forex forecast. It's Monday the 14th of March. This is where you get all the information you need to map out your trading week ahead. A must-have read to kick the week off. Right, now in order to access this, just head over to the ForexSignals.com website. Scroll right down to the bottom. You see all our bells and whistles, all our free content there. You'll see here the Forex forecast. Click on that to pull up this landing page here. Now, if you want to get this sent directly to your email inbox, just pop your details in there and we'll send it to you the moment it has been released. Let's have a quick look then at what we're looking at for this week. Okay, so Scott, he's looking at a bullish move. He's been quite bold on this. A bullish move in Bitcoin. A key level he's looking at there is 50,000. Okay, so you can read all about that there as well. Scott is looking at Bitcoin. And Max, he's looking at the tech stocks again. This week he's bullish of the tech stocks. Of course, we've had a big move to the downside more recently, but now he's looking for a breakout and a trend continuation to the upside. He's got a target up there at 13,800. I am looking at a euro yen trade, broken through some key levels of previous support, which should have acted as resistance, broken through there quite comfortably to kick the week off. Maybe now the path of least resistance is higher as well. You can read all about it there. And of course, we've got Shane doing the weekly outlook as well. He goes by each day looking at the events that you may be aware of. They've got lots of central bank rate decisions this week. You've got the Bank of Japan, you've got the Bank of England, you've got the FOMC, that's the US Central Bank as well. So lots going on there. So check that out and you see exactly what we are looking at as well. All right, I'm now jumping on to the charts to show you what we're looking at and how I plot my support and resistance on the higher time frame daily charts. Come on. Okay, so let's have a quick look then at the momentum meter. Now this, as we know, doesn't predict the future, but it does tell us exactly where the money is flowing at the moment in the main 8 currencies. So anything that is below the line and heading in that direction is a currency that's basically been sold. And anything that's above the line or heading in the upward direction is a currency that basically is getting stronger. And as trend followers, I like to buy the strong currencies and sell the weak currencies. And you see here on the chart. Now this is the 4-hour chart. You can change the timings of this. But this 4-hour chart is showing me here at the moment, this brown line down here, this is the Japanese yen. It is the weakest currency out there at the moment. As I say, it's basically hitting 5-year lows now against the US dollar. So the dollar yen is basically pushing up. So this is a weak currency at the moment. And my bias is for that to continue this week as well. Got the euro getting stronger. You've got also the Swiss franc getting stronger as well. Seeing a bit of consolidation in the US dollar. Of course, a big week this week for the US dollar. If you drop that down to the 1-hour chart, this is a great way to basically pick the currency pairs that you might want to trade intraday, maybe on a lower time frame charts. Look where the money is flowing on the higher time frames. And you can see at the moment the euro against the Japanese yen is a currency of interest. Also on the hourly chart, buying the euro against possibly selling the Australian dollar and the commodity currency, the Canadian dollar, as well, may have some interest. So I find this invaluable when I'm trading the currency markets. As I say, it doesn't predict the future, but it does give me a good indication of where the current money is flowing. And also, if you are looking at range trading as well, it can be used for that as well, just by looking at currencies that are basically hugging each other. The currencies that are having their lines moving together, those are often currencies where you might see a range in play at the moment. So you can use this momentum meter in different trading environments. Access this, of course, by going over to the ForexSignals.com website. You can play with it for 7 days, take out your 7-day free trial. Okay, so we just head over to the charts now and I'll plot on some support and resistance. I do this at the beginning of the week. A good idea maybe to do this on a Sunday. Map out your key levels on the higher time frame charts, the daily charts, the weekly charts, and so forth. Great way to get your win-loss ratio up, just not taking trades through these key levels. So I like to do this at the beginning of the week. I'll just go through a couple of pairs, and then of course you can do the rest in your own time. Okay, so this is the euro against the yen. As you can see here on the higher time frame charts, on the daily chart, we've broken through this key level of previous support. Should have acted as resistance. It did act as resistance. We broke through, came back, retested, and off we go again. Path of least resistance is now to the upside. Now, in order to draw the support and resistance, the target levels and so forth, I like to use the line chart. Why do I use the line chart? Because it basically takes away the noise, the highs and the lows. I like to see who won the battle on the day. It's by far, I think, the best way to draw support and resistance. So go to the line chart and just plot those levels where you see that we've had either a couple of V's, a V shape or an A shape, or levels that have been respected on more than one occasion. So you want to plot one in there. I would say you certainly want to plot one in there. There's a big V there as well. So we'd like to do this, as I say, at the beginning of the week. Actually, we're coming up to a level here. I'm just looking above my head here. You can see that point there. It's also being respected here. So we can plop a line in there at the moment. Anything in there? The idea is not to draw too many of these, of course. Otherwise, you'll be looking at a chart where you basically can't do anything. And of course, we have got one there as well, the level that we broke out. Once you've done that, then you can go back to the candlestick chart and everything should look a little bit clearer. There you go. So this is our level. So this is our next level to the upside, around 30.50. So that, I think, is going to be where we will maybe see some resistance if this trend does continue. See how clear it is by using the line chart to plot these levels? So that's the euro yen. Let's have a look now at the euro against the US dollar. It's by far the most actively traded currency pair out there. I think it accounts for about 30% of all FX transactions goes through this currency pair. Okay, so let's have a look here. Go to the line chart to remove all those wicks, the highs and the lows, and plot in the key levels. Okay, we've got one there, certainly. We've definitely got one down here. And I would say we've got some significant price action around that level there, 112 sort of 50 zone, bit of away from here. I am also going to pop one in here, which comes in around the 110.70 zone. Okay, this is where we fell from the recent rally. So I think that is going to be significant as well. As I say, you don't want to be putting in too many of these, otherwise you'll end up doing absolutely nothing. I actually do quite like this zone in there, if indeed we get up there, which has made me a bit optimistic for this week. And then you can go back to the candlestick chart and everything becomes a little bit clearer. So our next level of resistance here comes in around the 110.75. If it breaks through there, I'll be looking at 111.50. We love our round numbers as well. And then all the way up to 112.70. If it pulls back down, you've got support coming in at 108.50 area as well. Remember, don't take your trades through these key levels. Will really help you in your win to loss ratio. It's sometimes difficult to sit on your hands, but if you've got these big levels to contend with, maybe that's the best thing that you should be doing. Right, now let's have a quick look at the economic calendar for the week ahead. Now, in order to access this, head over to the ForexSignals.com website. You'll see to this landing page here, and then scroll right down to the bottom. You'll see all our tools and so forth, the profit calculators, the lot size calculator. Head over to the economic calendar here, Forex economic calendar. Click on there and you can view calendar. It basically maps out the week ahead. Now, even if you're not trading the fundamental news, it's really important, I think, that you're aware of what's coming out, so you don't get traded straight into a big news event, which could result in you getting stopped out before you even start. Right, okay, so quite a busy week in terms of central banks this week. It's all about central banks. Just going to take it out to the next 7 days. Anything that's deemed high impact news will be coloured red. Anything that's deemed to be low impact news will be coloured green, and in between it's normally coloured yellow. And if you're in doubt about what an economic release is, just click on it and it'll give you a brief description of exactly what that is, as well tell you whether it should be bullish or bearish, depending of course on what the read is. Bit of education in there for you as well. Okay, so let's have a quick look at what's coming out over the next few days. So as of tomorrow, we've got the RBA minutes. That's basically the Reserve Bank of Australia. Minutes of their central bank meeting give us an insight to what they're thinking in terms of forward guidance. Not a lot really out. Tomorrow we've got Lagarde speaking. That's normally quite interesting. We know that the central bank, ECB, they met last week, kept rates unchanged, but they were certainly more hawkish in their forward guidance, talking about asset purchase reduction, which basically is sort of a hawkish. Once they've finished with their asset purchasing, that will basically lead the way to interest rate rises as well. So that's interesting to hear what she's got to say following on from ECB last week. And then we can go out to the next 7 days. Okay, we've got FOMC. Now, this is the Federal Open Market Committee. It's basically the US central bank. Likely that they are going to move interest rates for the first time in a long time. Move interest rates up, and the markets here are going for a rise of 0.25, 25 basis points. So you can see the last read was 0.25. They're going for up 0.5. And when the release comes out, if it's anything different than that, that's when the markets may react. It's pretty much a gimme, I think, that they are going to move interest rates. There's a possibility they may even move rates higher than just 25 basis points. So that's what the markets will be looking at for there. And of course, if they did, you can expect the US dollar to smash on higher. Okay, so what else have we got out this week? We've got some Australian employment data out as well. And then, of course, we've got the Bank of England rate decision on Thursday. Again, big event. Again, likely that they're going to move interest rates up from 0.5 to 0.75. And, of course, the forward guidance, bank minutes and so forth will be keenly watched. So lots of stuff there that's going to maybe affect the British pound. You've got Canadian retail sales, high impact news on the 18th as well. So quite a lot of data out this week. I think we've also got Japanese central bank out there as well, which is there you go. On the 18th we've got the Bank of Japan interest rate decision as well. Remember, they're quite dovish in their outlook, where the rest of the developed world seems to be moving their interest rates higher. Japan seems to be intent on keeping their rates negative, currently down, so negative 0.1. Another reason why there's some flows out of the yen into the higher interest rate moving currencies. So make sure you keep an eye on the economic calendar. Even if you don't trade the news, it's important to know what's coming up around the corner. So A, you don't get caught out, and B, you may want to make some money in the volatility as well. Trading strategy, of course. Okay, so I hope you found that useful. Don't forget, if you want to get it sent directly to your inbox, just pop your details in there and we'll send you it the moment it has been released. If you like the video, thumbs up, thumbs down. If you didn't, don't forget to subscribe to the channel here if you don't already do so, and that bell notification, well, you know what that does. Don't forget to follow us on all the socials. Now, if you want to come and join us in our daily live streams, we are streaming up to 7 times a day now, around the clock. Just head over to ForexSignals.com. You take out a 7-day free trial. I'm sure you'll love it. If you don't want to stay, well, of course, you don't have to pay, but I'm sure you'll find it very useful, where we basically look at trading opportunities, discuss strategies, and so forth. If that's not your thing, that is not a problem. I'll see you next week. Have a good week.